Okay, hi everyone. Today we are looking at this one question. Okay, now let's read the question. In a provisional shop, there were 40% more spoons than forks. Now, whenever you see more than, less than in a percentage question, right, you need to ask yourself, what is my base? Whenever you see more than, less than, more than, less than, more than, less than, whatever, as long as you see more than, less than, you need to ask yourself, what is my base? What is base? My base is actually my 100%. So I am actually saying to ask yourself, what is my 100%? Make sense? Now the question says what? There were 40% more what than what? More spoons than fork. Agree so far? 40% more spoons than fork, right? So you see, for spoons, we are going to say that spoon will be how many percent? 140%. Do you understand so far? What is 140%? I don't want to deal with percentages, right? I want to deal with fractions. So how do I change that into a number or a fractions? I just simply do 140 over 100. Agree so far? What do I get from there? I'll get to 1, 2 over 5. That is for spoon. Am I making sense? Now then the next thing is what? Of course, then what is the fork? Fork has to be 100%. And this 100% is actually equals to 1. Alright, what are all of these? These are what we call units. Am I making sense here? Okay, so what is my base in this question? Fork is the base in this question. Make sense? Okay, then we move on to the next part. Okay, they say there were 25% more knives than spoons. Teacher Joseph say that whenever you see more than, less than, you have to find my 100%. So we are going to draw a line here. What is it? What is the other two things that they are comparing? Knives and spoon. Which is more?
Knives.
If knives is more, knives cannot be my 100%. So we immediately write down that spoon is 100%, which is equals to 1 unit. Make sense?
Yes.
Now, knives, how much more?
25%.
25% more, so we just going to put 125%. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Which is 125 over 100. Do you agree so far?
Yes.
Do you agree so far? We have to turn that into a fraction. What is that? That becomes 1 over 4 unit. Do you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Okay, now, doesn't make sense, right? How can the same thing, spoon, have a different unit? This is very weird, right?
It has to be the same.
Thank you, it has to be the same. Spoon has to be the same. So how do you make them the same? You see that the same thing has a different unit. The reason is because I am comparing to a different thing. Agree so far?
Yes.
Right, I give many examples of such, right? I say, 2-person, me and you jump together, jump! I of course jump higher, right? But if I now jump with a basketballer, you think I will jump higher? No, Michael Jordan will jump higher than me, true?
Yes.
But does that mean that I jump lower than you? No. Right? So if we were to stand side by side, you will be beside me, we jump, I jump higher, correct? But when I go to he jumped way high, he all the way to the ceiling. He hit his head to the ceiling. You get what I'm trying to say? Why? Because what you compare to matters. When I compare spoon and fork, I say spoon wins. When I compare knives to spoon, knife win. You get what I'm trying to say? So your job as a student, right, is ask yourself, same thing must be same number, must be same value. If not, you are a little weird, right? So what we are going to do is we just simply times 1, 2 over 5 unit over here. Am I making sense here? Now over here, this is equals to how much? We go 1 times 1, 2 over 5. We get to our answer of 1, 2 over 5. True?
Yes.
For this, we also times 1, 2 over 5. When I do something to my bottom, I must do something to my top. When I times, I will get to the answer 1/3 over 4 unit. Can you see the new fraction?
Yes.
Let's go to this as well. What am I supposed to do? I'm going to times 1, which doesn't make a difference, right? I'm going to times 1, which doesn't make a difference, so I can just leave it as such. Now, I want you to cast your eyes on spoon. Look at spoon. Are they now the same?
Yes.
Yes, if they are now the same, then you can write out the last part, which is spoon is not 1 2 over 5 and 1 unit. No. Spoon is simply just 1 2 over 5 units. Do you understand so far?
Yes.
Now, for fork, fork has to be 1 unit. Am I making sense so far?
Yeah.
And for knife, I have changed that to 1 3 over 4 unit. Make sense? Then we move on to the next sentence. The next sentence is, there was a total of 1,485 what? Forks and knives. So what you're trying to say is that when I add fork and knives together, when I add them together, I get to this answer of 2 3 over 4 unit, and this 2 3 over 4 unit is actually my what? 1,485. Understand? Now, so we are going to write down 1,485. Now, whenever I come to this point in time, what am I supposed to do? Find Mr. Blue Man.
Green man.
Green Man. So we know that 1 unit, so we are going to find 1 unit. Agree so far?
Yeah.
Alright, how to find 1 unit? Very simple. We always just do 1,485 divided by 2 3 over 4, and we get to our answer of 540 as my Mr. Green Man. Am I making sense to you?
Yes.
Now, once I'm done with that, Mr. Greenman is out, what can I do? It gives me the green light to read the question. The question says, how many of each type of cutlery was there in the?
Sure.
So they are actually telling you, hey, find for me how many spoon, how many fork, how many knives. True? How many fork? We already know that for fork, it is already over here. Am I making sense here? True? Now, for spoon, we just have to find 1 2 over 5 unit, right? What is 1 2 over 5 unit? 540 times 1 2 over 5. Agree so far?
Yes.
Alright, so from there, we do 540 times 1 2 over 5. We get to our answer of 756 spoons. Agree so far? This is the second one. Am I making sense here? Finally, I want to find my knives, right? So knives is 1 3 over 4, right? So we just have to find 1 3 over 4 unit, which is equals to 540 times 1 3 over 4 unit. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Alright, so we do 540 times 1 3 over 4. We get our answer of 945 knives. True?
Yes.
So we have 1 2 3. We write it out nicely, okay, to show that we really know what we are doing. So we write down that spoon is actually equals to 756. Okay, knives is equals to 945, and finally fork is equals to 540, and that's all I have for this question.